Hello, everyone. Happy freaking New Year. Today is January 1st, 2025. And I have committed to a YouTube 360 freaking 5. Like, am I out of my mind? Probably. But I also know that when we put our minds to things, we can make anything happen. And I'm excited with being committed, seeing what happens for this channel. I have been playing in the Instagram space for, so many years since Instagram really came online, and I love it. Like, it definitely is my playground, but this year I'm also feeling like I want to take things to the next level and really call in women out there that are ready to freaking rise. So I'm Jessica Emery. If we have not met, I am a dentist turned business coach, serial entrepreneur. I had 3 brick and mortar businesses, moved into the online space, started another business, and now I'm bringing it full circle back this year. Super pumped to move into a brick and mortar space. I have downtown Charleston. It is gorgeous, and I'm going to be opening one of my businesses there and then infusing one of my other businesses into it. So it'll be a launching pad, if you will, where I can bring clients in. We can do VIP days, photo shoots, etc. So I am so pumped, but it is going to also be my teeth whitening bar. So having been a dentist, I have not practiced dentistry. I did help a dental practice this past year, but I have not actually practiced. I had my own business, my own dental practice, scratch startup, fee-for-service practice in Chicago for 18 years and loved it. Built it the way I wanted, worked under 3 days a week. That is why I was able to start my digital media agency, and quarantine hit, and I had a quarantine dream about Charleston, never having been here before. We were in Chicago, like I said, dream house, 3 kiddos in schools, like 3 brick and mortar businesses. Life was amazing. And I had this vivid dream about Charleston. So vivid, like I remembered it, which usually you don't remember your dreams, right? Night 2, I dreamed it again. So also when you have dreams, usually you forget them, but no, I dreamed it again the second night. The second night I dreamed it, I talked to my husband. I said, this is crazy. Like, I keep seeing Charleston. Like, I don't know, maybe we need to go. And he was like, Jess, get my iPad, which was sitting on the floor. I picked it up, and he had been looking at golf places down here in Charleston. So I was like, we need to get on a plane. We need to go, which we did. They were open down here. We're in Chicago, during that time. It was pretty closed. And we got down here, and it was just this serendipitous, like, domino effect of yeses and this unfolding, like trusting that impulse, trusting myself, like knowing that that dream was in me for me. We got down here, and when we were on King Street and we like pulled into a parking spot, we were in front of a building that I was like, oh, like I just knew, like I felt the building. And I looked at Andrew, my husband, and I said, we're supposed to open another White Hot here. And he was like, all right, Jess, but there's like a lot of buildings around here that are available right now post-COVID. Like this one, like, all right, let's just like take a pulse for a second. Anyway, I took a selfie of myself in the door and put it on Instagram and said, White Hot do. Because I figured, yeah, we're going to open one, Charleston, Chicago. This is like perfect because it had popped off in Chicago. And I got a response back within like 5 minutes from a dentist in Chicago that said, oh my gosh, SugarFix is my dream practice. Are you relocating? Are you selling? To which I said, no, no, like definitely not. And she responded, can we meet when you get back? Like, I've taken one of your courses online. I would love to meet you in person. And so I was like, of course, yes, like let's do it. Anyway, fast forward, we had an amazing Charleston weekend. Like we were out with people, like everything. It felt like we lived here. Went back to Chicago. I met with Dr. Brittany, and the minute she came to SugarFix and like walked through the door again, I just knew. I just felt it in my body. Like, she's supposed to carry on the legacy here. And I'm probably like, I felt like it was time for me to step into my digital media agency online because I had dreamed about that as well during quarantine time. I had raced to my digital media brick and mortar space alone because I could, and I created things in the online space like a dental brand boot camp and other things, and was online teaching, and I loved it. And I was like, I would love to do this forever. Like, wouldn't this be cool and freedom, and I can come and I can go? Well, be careful what you ask for because when you ask for things and you are in that vibration of calling those things in, you will manifest them pretty quickly. And I have learned this throughout my life. I have manifested so many things. And so I am so excited to share so much with you. But what became of that story is Dr. Brittany did purchase my practice. We put our house on the market for fun to see what would happen. And the first buyer that came into the space said full ask, like 30-day close, like on the 8th. And I have an 8 tattoo like on my back, like it is my number. All of these crazy things happened and we literally relocated. I did a 3-month transition with my practice. That was it. Why and how was I able to do that? Well, one, because I was a fee-for-service practice, which meant I had no accounts receivable. So it was like a clean sale. And my patients also knew that I had my digital media agency. I used to like travel on weekends to do big brand photo shoots and things for my clients. They knew what I did. And I had White Hot as well. So my patients knew and supported me like 1,000 billion %, as well as my team. Everyone's like, go, fly, do your thing. So that was amazing. And so the transition was so perfect. Dr. Brittany is also so similar to me, and my patients trusted that I was going to bring the right person in for them. So 3 months, usually in a dental practice, it would take, a year to 2 years. A lot of times that dentist will ask that the other dentist be there, but 3 months. So our sale, so 30 days later, our house sold. My husband and the kids came down here to Charleston and rented on IOP, Island of Palms, on the beach. And they were here while I stayed in Chicago and continued to see my patients for that 3 months, of which during that time, I think back now, somehow I was able to get an apartment, like right across from my practice for 3 months. Like someone gave me a lease for 3 months. Like who does that? How did that even happen? And it was awesome because I could walk out the door of my practice, like I said, and like head over to the apartment and come back. But I got here to Charleston 4 years ago, exactly Christmas Eve. And I can't even believe, I don't even know where it's went. It's just so incredibly wild. So when I moved, I like completely quantum leaped into the online space. Dreamy, just so dreamy, like pinch me, am I dreaming? I love Charleston so incredibly much. Like the palm trees, the weather, the people, the just the historic part of it, like being downtown. I used to live in Beacon Hill in Boston. I'm actually from Boston originally. So it just kind of came full circle, but also with the ocean. So I grew up on Cape Cod in the summer. So like I am an ocean girl. And when we were in Chicago, we lived on the lake, which looked like an ocean. If you've ever been there to Lake Michigan, you know that it, some days it looks like the Caribbean and some days it's massive like the ocean. There are waves and some days it's flat, but it is a large body of water. And I was like, is this my beach? Because we had like there's a beach. I'm like, I always knew I was going to land on a beach. I'm like, is this my ocean? Is this my beach? Like, but it wasn't the ocean. And so anyway, here we are. And I'm living this magical life. Like literally at the dock a few days ago, there were 2 dolphins swimming by. Like I still pinch myself that I am here. I've been in the online space. I've done events and workshops and I've been speaking and creating courses. I created another business called Happy CEO because female entrepreneurs started to ask me to work with them, which was so exciting. Just like, lights me the freak up because female entrepreneurs are just so open to everything, learning, growing, calibration, like especially in mentorship, it gets to be so freaking fun. I love building businesses. I love taking women's dreams, like their ideas out of their heads and creating, like co-creating with them to collaborate and catalyze their dreams into cash flow. Truly. I made 7 figures in the online space as soon as I stepped in. That was I don't like the word goal, it's too masculine, but it was definitely something that I had put out there and wanted to manifest, which I did, of course. I actually came up with that because during the time I was practicing as a dentist, I was sitting in the audience. I've always done personal development, always. And I was sitting in the audience of Russell Brunson's ClickFunnels and watching all of the people walk on stage that had made $1 million. And one of them was a jump rope funnel. And they just blew my mind, like what people, had done to get to $1 million. And I was sitting there in the audience like, what? If they have done it, I can do it too. And so that's what was in my head. Like, that's what I knew. I was like, well, the minute I step into the online space, like that is what is going to happen. And I declared it. And that is what happened. Having fun, playing, having so much more time, freedom, all the things. So during the first year I was in the online space, though, in here, the first year I worked out of this office. This office is beautiful and really big. I've got a fridge like over here, another desk, and all the things. So I created my space that I would love, and I love it. There's like a white couch here and fluffy pillows and artwork and all the things. I have so many places I could work out of the house, but that was different for me, moving from 3 brick and mortar spaces where I could go to a space and be away to being at home. And actually, I think that will be another video, is the gift of that in the time, because I went from having a full-time nanny to being at home. But what a gift to be with my children for the 4 years. Like, whoa, that's a whole video in itself. So we'll come back to that. But the second year I did get a space downtown, which was just a 1-bedroom apartment, but beautiful, like in a high rise. I just wanted to feel the energy of other people. I was like, I need, for my creative spark, I need to be like lit up. I need to see people. So I did that. But I'd only see people like getting on the elevator, like, good morning, hi, like going up. And then I'd be in my space and then I would leave. But it was gorgeous. I did a photo shoot there for myself, which was really fun. And I worked there. Started another podcast, my Happy CEO podcast. I was doing a podcast called Dental Confidential at the time, and was there for 2 years. And then I was like, I started not really going downtown because being here, being by the pool, I got really not lax. I was still working hard, but I was like, if I can work by the pool, like on my laptop, why wouldn't I do that? And so much flexibility. Started doing that. And like, I don't really need to go downtown. So I worked here for the past year, and then realized, though, that I don't know why, but White Hot dropped back into my space, and I'm like, now's the time. So 4 years ago, when I saw that space on King Street where I was like, White Hot do, I actually met, that's a whole nother manifestation story. Oh my gosh. I actually met the owner, which you never meet, and she took me through a walkthrough, and it was a big, beautiful building. I thought I was going to have one of my businesses upstairs, one down. She basically offered me the entire building, 177 King, like, I don't know. The rent might be $15K. I don't know. But she was just like, whatever you can pay. She's like, you know what? I see me and you when I was your age as an entrepreneur, like with a young family, and like, whatever you can do here, I just want you in the space. And I was really torn at the time because I really wanted the space, but it also didn't land fully. And I was getting all these opportunities to speak everywhere. Like, I had all these speaking events set up, and I was like, now is just not the time to get down here and like race back into brick and mortar. So like I said, the 4 years, took the break, started to feel it dropping back into my space, and started looking downtown on King Street, found a perfect, amazing space that I wanted, but it actually, in retrospect, it was too big. And so, of course, the universe, right? Everything happens for us, not to us. That dropped out. I was actually on Cape Cod on vacation, like had called them after setting up meetings with my contractor and everybody else. And that fell out because they had signed an LOI with someone else, but it was the best thing that ever happened. Fast forward, I was almost about to put it down because I was like, you know what? I'm not seeing anything I love. And if I'm going to do a space, I need to freaking love it. Like, love it, love it, love it. So I was about to put it down, and my real estate person dropped in. I was doing a Zoom call with a bunch of people. I forget, maybe it was a challenge or something. But I remember it dropping in on my phone and being like, like seeing the pictures and being like, like just that knowing, I was like, this is it. Like, excuse me, everybody. Literally the people that are on that call know, because I was like, hold. And they walked through that with me because I was like, oh my gosh, I think I found my space. As soon as I got off that call, I was trying to make arrangements to get downtown. I was actually leaving for Florida the next day. I was like, I don't know how we're going to make this happen, but we need to make this happen. I need to be the first person on the roster for this space. I will sign an LOI. I will get, put the deposit down, whatever. And I was able to get down there that afternoon. And I'm just so grateful. Like, I mean, obviously it was meant to be. It all unfolded. And so I got down there. I was like, yes, like, let me write the check. Traveled that weekend and came back, and we tightened everything up. But this space is on Trad Street. So it's South of Broad. If you know Charleston, it's like by Rainbow Row. I literally like am surrounded by ocean. So like my street, my building, my it's like a beautiful old brick home, is one of the oldest properties. They're one of the two oldest properties. They're next to each other, mine and the one next to me, in downtown Charleston. It is so much history. It was a former art gallery. An artist lived there for all of the years of her life, and then it became an art gallery when she passed. And I feel her energy in that space completely. Like, you can't see them on my floor somewhere. I have like 100 prints, which my husband's like, Jessica, what are you even doing? Like, where do you think you're going to put all those? I was like, all over the walls. I am going to plaster like pictures and prints all over the walls of this space. Like, I'm obsessed. I feel like that space needs artwork everywhere. That's got to be her energy speaking. I don't know, because I love it. So I've had this space for a couple months. I hadn't had the time to really like get down there, start building out. But during this time before Christmas, I did get the contractors in, the electricians, the plumbers, like painters, everybody. And we are pretty much good to go. We got the chandeliers up. I need the electricians to come back to do a couple things. And then I'm waiting on the front desk and some furniture. And I am also creating, like I said, it's desk space. I'm going to get a TV that's like framed with the champagne frame. So when my clients come and we do VIP days, I'm so freaking excited. It's just going to be this infusion of this high-end luxury space where I do one-on-one clients. Like I said, if they do want whitening, more so a landing pad, if you will, because I do have dentists that are interested in that model. It is licensed so that a dentist can own one in another state, which is amazing. Again, I am being super selective about that, but I'll be able to train them from this space. And so I really am so excited for what is to unfold this year at Trad. Like I said, I walk out, I look to my left, I can see the ocean to my left at the end. It is spectacular. The energy there is so amazing. And I'm so excited for what is going to unfold. I'm really excited just to get back into brick and mortar too, because being in the online space for me has been, I've given myself a lot of like wiggle room to, if my body wants to sleep in, I'm going to let it sleep in and all of that, which is amazing. And it's been great, but I've been doing it for a really long time now and I'm ready to freaking lock it in. So this year, it is the first. I'm going to lock it in. I'm committed to doing YouTube. I am committed to calling in women, like I said, that just want more in their lives and realize that they have unlimited potential and that there are unlimited possibilities. I love community, collaboration. I am ready to freaking run with women that are freaking hitting the accelerator. That's what I'm doing this year. I'm also going to be dialing my body back in. So it's really like body, business, and bank this year. Bringing it home and running with women that want to do the same. So I'm so excited to be here. I am going to see where this goes because I know like no one is here now, so it's all good. And I really hope to start curating videos in the future. I've got all of the cameras, like all of the equipment, all of the things. I'm using this little like mic right now. And hopefully it's recording with the mic. Like I said, it's going to be, because this is how we do it. I am so excited. So thank you for being here. I am going to show up, and do this thing from everywhere, wherever I am. And I'll drop in and see what comes to me and through me to bring to you. I'm really going to heavily focus this year. I've always been focusing on brand. You are a brand. That is so important. I have, like I said, I sold my dental practice on Instagram, all of my collaborations, people I've met. There is power in proximity. Instagram is, like I said, just my playground. I love it so incredibly much. I love teaching entrepreneurs, women how to use it. So that is first and foremost, but your brand and business, and of course, selling as well, having had a fee for service practice, selling high ticket, and creating experiences and selling high ticket. All of your businesses, whether like even in dentistry, I used to sell, 50, 60K cases for, like I said, veneers and things like that. But then in the online space as well, there have been a lot of high ticket experiences that I, have also brought people into. And it is how people feel. And I'm excited to teach all of this. With everyone being so unique, I love the one-on-one component, but I also love group. And so today, actually, I'm going to be spending the day creating some solid offers for 2025. And that way they're locked in on the calendar. And then I also love moving with the impulse of my heart and my soul and seeing what comes into my space and moving with that too. So thank you for being here. Click subscribe if you want to follow and see how this year unfolds together. I'm excited to be here. So I will see you on the next episode.